Truth don't hide, it just waits for a face, Big footprints in a pine-slick path. Bob Lazar files with a government laugh. Court dates lost in a sea of red tape. We ain't 10-4, we just stay awake. True crime tales in a borrowed voice. We speak for the silence, not by choice. Got boots on the dirt and eyes on the skies, digging up stories they hoped would die. Mic, truth, and thunder, we don't back down. With a Bible in the glove box and boots on the ground. Aliens, lies, and backroom deals. We break that silence, 'cause the soul feels real. Military broadcast, midnight run, teaching vets how to speak what the war's done. From trigger pulls to microphone stands, from combat zones to healing hands. Public records, missing names, unsealed files, classified games. We chase what's buried, not what trends, and we pray for light at the truth's deep end. Mic, truth, and thunder, we don't back down. With a Bible in the glove box and boots on the ground. Aliens, lies, and backroom deals. We break that silence, 'cause the soul feels real. Some chase fame, we chase the facts. Some fold quick, we read the tracks. It ain't paranoia if it's always been there, and we ain't scared to lay it bare. Into the storm. We ain't perfect, but we were made for this form.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Into the Weeds podcast here on Military Broadcast Radio. I'm Alaura, and I'm the only one that's here today. I do have another co-host that has made his grand reappearance, but he decided to walk upstairs. So let's see if I can call him. Hey, Oatsy. We'll see if he comes. So to anybody who has been kind of tuning into what's been going on, my oat went missing. He was gone for 4 weeks and 2 days. And oh, someone's bringing him in to me. I went on vacation. Good boy. We went on vacation. We went to Orlando. We hung out at Universal. I had a good time. I think that I had a better time than the rest of the family, but that's okay. But whenever I came back, I found out that my aunt had lost him, unfortunately. But yeah, like I said, 4 weeks and 2 days, and my baby is back. He's a little emaciated. Oh my God, it absolutely breaks my heart. If you guys want to see some of the photos, I think my mom put them on the community tab. But yeah, no, he is back, and we're going to get him better than ever. So I'm super excited to have him. My mom asked me if I could hold down the fort for her today. Her and my dad are on like a little road trip thing on my dad's new motorcycle. I think they're having a good time. So I didn't really prepare for this. And also these glasses mixed with the headphone kind of give me like a headache. So I don't know how long I'll be able to hold down the fort today. But I figure I would just give you guys some updates on life and kind of what's been going on. But the most important being that I got my oat back. We got a phone call, I want to say like Tuesday or Wednesday or something like that. And it was from somebody who was 8 miles away from my aunt's house where he had originally gone missing. And we had gotten a phone call like maybe a few days before that, and it was in the same exact area. And so we basically went out and we all looked for him that first day. We looked for 6 hours and we couldn't find him, and it broke my heart. And I really felt like all hope was lost. But a couple days later, we got another phone call. We ended up going onto some guy's property, and we thought it was one guy's property, but it ended up being like somebody else's property. So we weren't technically supposed to be there, and he kind of pulled up on us. But like, you know what? It's fine. We ended up getting him. So there was like an abandoned trailer that was on the property, and I was like, I feel like he would really just kind of want to like hide in that area. So I was like, hey, Otzi. And I saw his little face sticking up. Oh, he heard me saying his name. So he's looking up. Can't really see him. Boop. Anyway, but he was there and oh my God, it broke my heart seeing how small he was. I mean, he went from about 9.5 pounds to about 5.5 pounds. So he lost like half of his body weight. But he went to the vet that night and he got some antibiotics, which I'll have to give him again in like 2 hours. But he's doing good. So I just really quickly wanted to say a big shout out to everybody who's in the chat. I see Steph. I see my mom, who might be able to see this from the cabin she's in. I don't remember if she was in a cabin, but she is. So hi, Steph. Hi, Mom. Hi, Billy Pembor. And hi, Indigo. Yes, so he's doing well. He's doing fine. Also, I promise I'm wearing a shirt. I actually have an apple bottom shirt. It's really cute, but you can't really see it from here. So anyway, I don't like the angle that this camera's at. Oh, are you good? There you go. Anyway, so yeah, I'm just here to give you a couple updates on life, which I've had a really long day. My friend Nate and I were shopping all day. Tomorrow we're gonna go to Rocky Horror, and oh darn, I'll show you. Well, I pulled it up in a tab. It really doesn't matter. Susan Sarandon, touch me. That is like the vibe I'm going for. If anybody's seen Rocky Horror, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, Google it. I might put it up on the screen in a second. But I have another thing. I'm gonna be a little messy since my mom's not here, but that's fine. I have another thing that's waiting in the studio behind that. Okay. So I told everybody that I was getting kind of bored with fancy and I wasn't going to like beat a dead horse. Like, you know what I mean? Like I thought it was just kind of ridiculous to keep punching down, honestly. But the other day I was scrolling on TikTok when I was on break at work and I just happened to see that she was going live. I wasn't even looking for her. I haven't seen anything she's done in like at least 5 months, I'd say. But yeah, when she was going live, I think she was ranting about Christy's live that she just did, but I just wanted to show you a clip that I kind of gotten because it just kind of made me laugh. So anyway, here she is in all of her glory. Let's see.
On anywhere. I'm surprised she doesn't stop people at the grocery store. Like, hey, do you know who I am? Like, and when Planty was brought up there, it was literally.
So hi, do you know who I am? Which that kind of like made me laugh because whenever we were out and about, whenever we were out and about in person, she was like, we went to the gas station and Chillicothe, and she's like, have you ever heard of Gypsy Rose? Well, I'm being sued by her. I just saw that and I thought it was really funny because she was like, oh, do you ever tell people, do you know who I am? Otzi, can you get down for a second? I'm going to show everybody something that I just want to prove that we still have. Hold please. There's some bubble wrap on the floor. Oh, shoot. It's stuck to itself. But if need be, I'll pull this bad boy out again. So just want to remind everyone it's still here. If we need to use it. Sorry, I just thought it was funny. Here's one more little teeny tiny clip. I think this is the right one.
Piece of shit, Christy.
Yes.
Now let me let you hear it.
Yes.
Piece of shit, Christy. Which, like, I'm not gonna like hardcore disagree on her, but at the same time, I just think it's really funny that she has the nerve. So it seems like Fancy is back in full force. Like I said, I'm only gonna clown on her if she's doing stupid shit like that. I wasn't even looking for her stuff this time. I used to try and keep updated with it, but I just stopped caring. But since it's on my page, I was like, hell yeah, that's funny. So yeah, it looks like we got some more fancy stuff going on. So I may or may not cover it eventually in the future. That being said, let me put this on the screen now. I don't know why I'm talking like that, like it's an ASMR video. I couldn't do ASMR. I have an annoying ass voice. Okay. Stop screen share. Now we're gonna share screen somewhere else. Okay, so this is gonna be my TikTok. Plugging it, I guess. Less to plug it and more so to just kind of show you what I did last weekend. Let me see real quick. I might have to mute it because I don't know if it's copyright.
I hear the train a-comin'. It's rolling around the bend. And I ain't seen the sunshine. I don't know when. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keeps dragging on. But that train keeps a-rolling. All down to San Antonio. All down to San Antonio. When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy. Don't ever play with guns. I hear the train a-comin'.
Okay, that last one was a buddy of mine. There we go. She made a silly little sign. But yeah, I kind of went with by myself, and then I ended up seeing a couple people there. But for context, that was the No King's Day protest that was in Jefferson City, Missouri, which is the capital of Missouri. I got to drive up there, and I got to sit kind of like on like one of the statues or whatever. And me and this dude were just kind of like hanging out. He had like a big American flag that he was hanging up. And I came back to work on Monday, and one of my coworkers was like, "Hey, did you do something this weekend?" And I was like, "No," because I kind of just forgot. And she was like, "Well, I saw you on TV." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So apparently I was on TV. I tried to Google it, couldn't really find it. So apparently my little face is on there. You're welcome. Let me take that off the thing. But anyway, yeah, so so I went to the No King's Day protest because we are going through so much as a nation right now. And I know that we have viewers from all over the globe, and we appreciate every last one of you. But there's some things going on in America right now. It's very divisive. I'm not trying to get too political at the moment because I don't really have I don't have the ability to do so at the moment. I'm kind of brain dead because I've been out doing stuff all day. But that being said, stand up for what you believe in. Don't ever be afraid. I was kind of like worried because Missouri had actually brought in the National Guard and declared a national or a statewide state of emergency. So I wasn't sure if things were going to get kind of bad. That being said, it was a totally peaceful protest. You saw we were walking up to the governor's mansion, so we got to protest outside of the governor's mansion. And I don't know if you can see it right here is Marcellus Williams. We have a picture of him that's still up. And we also protested in front of the governor's mansion whenever he was being put to death. And my mom and I went out there. We didn't have an official protest organized. Unfortunately, we didn't realize that you can only go out. You can only protest. You can protest by yourself at any time, but if it's going to be 2 or more people, you have to register or something like that, which we didn't even have enough time to register. We kind of found out about things a little late. Unfortunately, we weren't able to make any moves with that one, but it was very interesting going to these protests, and I've been to a few within the past few months. I went to my first ever protest. That was the Marcellus Williams, and I want to say November. And I've just been going ever since. I had never really thought about going to one before, but you know, sometimes they don't add up to much in the short term, but I think it just means a lot if you're able to go and stand up for what you believe in. So that's what I did. And I believe that all people deserve love and grace and respect and rights. That being said, it's also Pride Month, and you know, a little bisexual queen over here. Uh like I said, I'm going to Rocky Horror tomorrow. That's going to be my little like Pride Day celebration or Pride celebration. I'm not able to go to any festivals this year. I just have too much going on. But on the 4th of July, I'm gonna be going on a cute little camping trip. It's gonna be fun. Well, I guess the 4th, I'm gonna be going to like some fireworks show, and then the next day I'm gonna be going on a little camping trip. So it's already paid for. Everything's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be great. So I'm really looking forward to it. But I don't really have that much to add today. I think my mom wanted to talk about Susan Morphew today. I was watching a little bit of a video on her earlier. I remember her somewhat from a few years ago whenever her story first came out. Her husband has been arrested as of today or yesterday, I believe, in connection with her murder. So I'm definitely looking forward to deep diving on that. Well, I mean, I guess I can't really say I'm looking forward to it because it's really an unfortunate event. But it is something that I am definitely going to be looking a lot more into and refreshing myself on the case. Something else that we're going to be talking about really soon. Let's see. We're going to be talking about Jelani Day, and I was going to try and put this up on my screen, but I'm a little technologically impaired. Mm, share screen. There we go. That should be it. But Jelani Day, he passed away, or not passed away. He was murdered, and I don't even think that they're looking into it anymore. I think that they just completely gave up on the case, the police in the area. So I don't know as much about that. I watched a video about it back when he first passed away. And then when my mom told me that we were going to be talking to his family, I started looking into it again. And I want to go ahead and watch as many videos as I can so that I'm able to cover this case in the best way that I possibly can, because he deserves justice. And I'm again looking forward to trying to tell his story, but not looking forward to just having to confront the reality of the situation. So we're also going to be at CrimeCon in Colorado, Denver, Colorado in September. I want to say it starts on the 4th or something like that. It's very early September. We're going to have a booth there for military broadcast radio. So if anybody's able to pull up and wants to say hi, I would love to say hi. So yeah, I thought that I had some cards down here, but I think that I left them upstairs. But we're trying to print out some cards with a few different missing persons or people that were murdered and they still have unsolved cold cases. But we're going to be printing out some cards with some of their information on them and hopefully try and get the word out for some lesser known cases. It's really great, that a lot of people are drawn to certain cases and know a lot about, like for instance, I've really been following the Idaho 4 situation. I almost said trial, but it's not quite to trial yet. They keep trying to push it back, but it seems like this judge is pretty no nonsense. And while I do understand that he definitely deserves a fair trial, because the most devastating thing would be for it to be overturned and them have to go through the case again. But like I said, it's a good thing that certain cases capture a big public eye, but there's still a lot of really small cases. People go missing and pass away every single day. And it's just really tragic. So we're gonna try and bring some new, fresh eyes to some different things or some different cases, and hopefully do some good there. I figured that cards would be a really good way to get the message out. Sorry, this gave me a headache like crazy. Ugh. Anyway, so we're going to be trying to get the message out there for some smaller cases and try and do some good while we're out there. And then directly after the Crime Con, I myself am be flying to Florida, to Tampa, to go see Evanescence and My Chemical Romance, which is like kind of a childhood wet dream. It's a dream of mine. So I'm super excited. I still have an extra ticket. Anyone's in Tampa, but yeah, there's a couple people that I kind of wanted to take, but I don't know how that's gonna work out. So we'll see how it is. If anyone's in Florida, ayo. But anyway, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that's super important that's happening. But my mind's kind of drawing a blank because, like I said, this is giving me a killer headache. So I'm sorry, this is kind of a bit of a boring one. I'm good at talking when I have like something to talk about, but like I said, I've been busy all day and I'm excited because, like I said, tomorrow I'm gonna be dressing up. I love doing Rocky Horror. Normally it doesn't come along until like Halloween time, but this time I got it. So yes. Indigo, I'm also super excited to see Evanescence doing some new music. I hadn't really heard too much of it, but when I was dropping my friend off at his house earlier today, he was playing one of their new songs, Fight Like a Girl or something. And it kind of vibes. I fuck with it. I'm a lot bigger fan of their more like emo, like gothic or ethereal sound. But I still really like it. But okay, guys, this is really giving me a headache. I can't wear the glasses and the headphones at the same time. I'm so sorry. But thank you to everybody who tuned into our little show tonight. I just wanted to get on here and not leave you guys completely empty-handed. Oh, one last thing. The FOIA request. I want to say a big fat shout out to everybody who was donating to this fund. My mom has really been the spearhead of this whole thing. I've just kind of been sitting in the background. But yeah, it probably won't come out for another week or two at least. So Gypsy's about to get off parole. You know, is what it is. I'm not going to sit here and talk a bunch of crap, but I think we all have similar opinions on her. Steph, you've never seen Rocky Horror? That's okay. You still have time. It's a really good, it's good. I think you can rent it on YouTube, but you have to pay for it. I haven't really been able to find it on any other streaming platforms. If it is, someone drop it in the chat in the comments or something like that. But it's fun. It's a good time. It's very like, it's silly, it's camp. But like I said, it's a good time. I like silly, I like camp. But anyways, that being said, FOIA requests, they should be in soon, I'm hoping. And then we'll kind of dive into that and see what's really been going on. And obviously, you know, it's kind of a done deal. Gypsy's gonna get off parole and can't really do anything about it. I have mixed feelings on the whole situation, but you know, all we can do is hope and pray that she doesn't mess anything else up and that she just kind of takes care of her baby. But it kind of worries me a little bit with some of the things that we saw in the FOIA, where it was literally her idea and not Nick's about the whole taking a child's virginity when she turned 13. That is like absolutely terrifying to me. I don't know why people don't talk about that enough. You know, I can't completely fault Christy. I didn't watch like the whole interview or defense thing that she put on the other day. I just saw bits and pieces of it. I mean, what do we expect? I mean, she's her mom, or not her mom. If she were a mom, oof. But she's her stepmom. You expect that she wants to love her and try and fight for her. I just feel like a lot of the people criticizing them have never really seen like this is gonna sound bad, but just kind of a white trash family. They just kind of act like a normal kind of trashy family. And you know, shout out to Rod though, he fine. But no, I don't know. I don't really expect too much of the whole situation. I'm not going to speculate. I don't have any inside knowledge, but it seems like a whole mess over there. Let's see. Everything she's done on parole has been deeply concerning. I would totally agree that everything that she's done on parole has been deeply concerning. But my state of Missouri, has not done anything about it. You know, if the average person messed up as many times as she did, well, they wouldn't have the opportunity to mess up as many times as she did. And with that whole salon-centric thing, I think we talked about it a little bit. That was dumb. She should have just kept her mouth shut. Like, sometimes rules get bent for all of us. We've all been there, I'm sure. And if you haven't, oof, I'm sorry. Maybe try harder. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, yeah, it's really shitty though that she just kind of put the employee on blast. So that's pretty lame. But we all know that she's kind of a mess, and I don't really know what else to expect. I mean, I expected that, you know, I used to fuck with Gypsy, you know what I mean? And or before she came out of prison and I learned like what was really going on. But you can't really expect somebody that's getting out of prison to be perfect. The stuff that she's kind of doing is a little concerning. We'll see how it goes. I wish her baby the best. I'm wondering how long it's going to take for Ken to leave her. You can see that he's disinterested. That little Father's Day video that she recorded was quite interesting. She thought she was cute. I don't know. I've done cringy things before. I can't really say anything. I'm a cringe fest too, but I don't post every single thing that I do on the internet. If I did, y'all would think I'm weird. That being said, my headache's getting crazy. I hope everyone has a good night. Thank you so much for tuning in. And my mom says to be a better person or something like that. And yeah, that's cool. But also, if you want to be a bad person, sometimes that's fun too. So anyway, Have a good night. Love y'all.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Military Broadcast Radio. As we wrap up today's show, we want to remind you that the podcast of today's episode will be available right after we go off the air. So if you missed any part of the show or want to listen again, be sure to check it out. And remember, we're here to support and honor our veterans. Your stories and experiences matter, and we are committed to giving you a platform to share them. That's right. We're here to give our veterans a voice. So don't forget to catch the podcast and stay connected with us. Giving our veterans a voice.